right, so Kreutzer number 37. That's a beast of an etude. Was that perfect? No, it was not perfect. It was a little messy. But I want to give you some pointers of some things how to practice this that will hopefully set you up for success. As you heard, I was not at quarter note equals 96. I think that's a little on the fast side, especially if you follow what I believe the intention of this etude is for. And there's a little diagram of that at the top of the page. And the point of this is to get started, we really want to lift. Every time we have these eighth notes, I guess if I'll do it on open string, is you lift, full bow, and then tip, tip, and then this stroke is like a flying stroke. I mean, you spend about half the bow on the string, and then you lift and let it ring. And that's where you get this openness. So in context, these are all at the tip. And then you really spend a lot of time in the air. And then you catch, but you don't slam it. So this is the really kind of the crux of the whole etude. So that's really the intention. And when it's at 96, I just think it's a little fast. It just sounds too frantic, too crazy. It's always better, I'm saying this in all the videos, just be a little slower and play it cleanly with a good sound, as opposed to messy and fast. Nobody wants to hear messy and fast. Intonation is a big part of this etude. I'd recommend practicing this with as many double stops as you can. Intonation is really kind of the name of the game in this exercise. It's nasty that it starts off with a fourth and a fifth right together. So kind of go through, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just play the double stop, but play the double stop there also. Going on. These are really nasty. Really just to kind of get that sense of tonality. It's going to get pretty gnarly, especially when it gets up into this upper stuff. So again, really, really practice slowly and under tempo. To help you with the intonation, really mark up your part wherever you need to with the half step symbol and the whole step symbol. And that comes in handy not only melodically, but also harmonically when you have these double stops, to know, is this a gap? Is this interval close together, or is there space there? I have a lot of markings. Don't be ashamed of these markings, on your own part. When you're in orchestra, it's a little, people get irritated if there's a lot of markings in your orchestral part, but for your solo repertoire, mark it up as much as you need to so that you don't make the same mistake twice. The last thing I think I can say that can help you is just be very mindful of when the pattern changes. It's usually always double stop and then single note, but there are a couple times where it's the other way around. It's single note and then the double stop, usually an octave. There's a couple spots throughout, so kind of whatever you need to mark to remind yourself, like, it's different here. That helps keep the excerpt clean, which is nice. We want it clean. All right, let's move on to the Brahms.
Fiddlershop.